Welcome to the Global Intel Network, and if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Let's dive right in. How the U.S. Air Force planned to crush China and Russian with the new $300 million F-47 fighter. The Pentagon has quietly released information that is now sending shockwaves through military circles around the world. What began as a simple graphic posted on social media in May 2025 by Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin has turned into one of the most consequential defense revelations of the modern era. Those numbers, official, verified, and released by the highest levels of U.S. military leadership, confirm the existence and capabilities of a fighter aircraft so advanced that it fundamentally reshapes how air warfare will be fought for decades to come. This aircraft is the F-47. It is not an incremental upgrade. It is not a refinement of fifth-generation designs. The F-47 is the first true sixth-generation fighter aircraft on Earth, and what it brings to the battlefield renders many existing air defense strategies obsolete overnight. Even more striking, the F-47 does not fight alone. It commands an integrated force of AI-driven robotic wingmen, autonomous aircraft capable of sensing, deciding, adapting, and even sacrificing themselves to ensure the pilot returns home safely. This is not speculation. These are official numbers, and they reveal a level of American technological superiority that adversaries are now scrambling to understand. Why this revelation happened now? For more than 5 years, the NGAD program remained one of the most tightly guarded secrets in the U.S. defense establishment. Even America's closest allies knew little more than its name. Behind closed doors, Boeing and Lockheed Martin competed in an intense, classified battle to define the future of air combat. That secrecy ended when President Donald Trump announced that Boeing had won the contract, officially designating the aircraft as the F-47. The timing was not accidental. China has aggressively promoted its J-20 stealth fighter and claimed sixth-generation progress. Russia continues to showcase the Su-57 while emphasizing hypersonic missile development. The Pacific has become the most contested battle space on the planet. By releasing these specifications, U.S. leadership sent a deliberate message. America is not merely keeping pace. We are far ahead and confident enough to show it. Combat radius, redefining global reach. The most strategically transformative specification is the F-47's combat radius of over 1,000 nautical miles, with the official figure marked as plus. Combat radius is not maximum ferry range. It is the distance an aircraft can travel, fight, maneuver, deploy weapons, and return safely. For comparison, F-22 Raptor, 600 nautical miles. F-35 Lightning II, 600 nautical miles. The F-47 nearly doubles that reach. Military analysts believe the true operational radius may extend to 1,200 to 1,500 nautical miles under certain conditions. The Air Force is deliberately withholding the maximum figure, forcing adversaries to plan defensively in uncertainty. This capability directly neutralizes China's anti-access area denial strategy, massive missile and radar networks designed to keep U.S. aircraft at bay. The F-47 can operate deep inside these defensive bubbles without relying on vulnerable aerial refueling tankers. From Guam, F-47s can dominate the South China Sea. From Europe, they can penetrate heavily contested airspace previously thought unreachable. The psychological impact alone forces every potential adversary to redraw their maps. Speed without compromise. Solving the stealth paradox. The F-47 exceeds Mach 2 with credible indications its true top speed may approach Mach 2.25 or higher. But speed alone is not the breakthrough. For decades, aerospace engineers believed speed and stealth were mutually exclusive. Supersonic flight generates heat. Heat creates infrared signatures. Friction degrades radar-absorbent coatings. Every aircraft that flew fast became visible. The F-47 breaks that rule. It maintains full stealth at sustained Mach 2+ speeds, something previously considered physically impossible. This is achieved through next-generation thermal management, advanced ceramic stealth coatings developed through U.S. research institutions, supercruise capability, allowing sustained supersonic flight without afterburners. Afterburners announce an aircraft's presence to every infrared sensor within hundreds of miles. The F-47 does not need them. It flies faster, colder, quieter, and more invisibly than anything before it. Speed now becomes a weapon of timing, allowing American pilots to arrive first, strike first, and leave before defenses can react.
Stealth ++, becoming a ghost. The Air Force uses a formal classification system. F-35, Stealth. F-22, Stealth Plus. F-47, Stealth ++, or Stealth ++. The F-22's radar signature appears roughly the size of a marble. The F-35 is already difficult to detect. The F-47 goes further, approaching near ghost-level observability. Its stealth is all aspect, front, side, rear, broadband, radar, infrared, electronic emissions, persistent, designed not to degrade over decades. Enemy radar operators may see fleeting anomalies, nothing consistent enough to track. By the time detection occurs, the strike has already happened. This is not just radar invisibility, it is spectral dominance across the entire electromagnetic spectrum.
Robotic wingmen, the airborne quarterback. The most revolutionary element of the F-47 is not the aircraft itself, it is what it commands. The F-47 functions as a flying command center for collaborative combat aircraft, CCAs, AI-controlled drone wingmen. Two primary variants are in development: YFQ-42A, General Atomics, YFQ-44A, Anduril. Each drone has a combat radius exceeding 700 nautical miles and operates with a high degree of autonomy. These are not remote-controlled platforms. They identify threats, select targets, jam enemy sensors, coordinate attacks, and adapt in real time. A single F-47 pilot may control 2 to 5 drones simultaneously, creating a formation that appears to enemies as an entire squadron. If an enemy missile engages the formation, it will likely destroy a $20 million drone instead of a $300 million fighter with a human pilot on board. The Air Force plans to acquire 185 F-47s and over 1,000 CCAs, creating an integrated combat system unlike anything in military history. The engine revolution. None of this is possible without propulsion breakthroughs. The F-47 uses adaptive cycle engines developed under the Next Generation Adaptive Propulsion Program. XA-102, General Electric, XA-103, Pratt & Whitney. These engines dynamically reconfigure in flight: high thrust mode for combat, fuel-efficient mode for long-range cruise. A third airflow stream enables enhanced cooling, critical for maintaining stealth at high speed. Equally important, these engines are designed for lower maintenance, dramatically improving readiness rates compared to the F-22, which requires extensive upkeep.
Investment, industry, and economic impact. The F-47 program represents one of the largest military investments in U.S. history. A $20+ billion development contract, $100+ billion total life cycle cost. Boeing's St. Louis facilities will anchor sixth-generation fighter production, supporting thousands of high-skilled jobs and strengthening America's defense industrial base. Many of the technologies, materials science, propulsion, thermal management, will eventually migrate into civilian aviation and space exploration. Timeline: faster than anyone expected. Unlike past programs, the F-47's development has been astonishingly fast. Secret full-scale X-plane demonstrators have been flying since at least 2020 under DARPA initiatives. By the time Boeing won the contract in March 2025, much of the technology was already proven. First aircraft already in production. First flight targeted for 2028. Initial operational capability projected between 2025 and 2029. This reflects a new acquisition philosophy: design, test, build, deploy. Conclusion: air dominance redefined. The F-47 is more than a fighter aircraft. It is a strategic statement, one that reshapes deterrence, diplomacy, and global power calculations. It signals to adversaries that challenging U.S. air dominance is no longer merely risky, it is futile. For allies, it reinforces confidence in America's security commitments. For service members, it represents the ultimate commitment to their survival and success. Speed, stealth, range, artificial intelligence, integrated warfare. Together, they form a capability once considered science fiction. The F-47 ensures that American air power remains unchallenged for decades, protecting freedom, preserving stability, and maintaining peace through undeniable strength.